Hello and welcome back to another IELTS Academic Writing Task 1 lesson. Just to refresh our memory, last lesson we looked at how to answer pie chart questions. This lesson we're going to look at how to answer map questions. Before we get on to how to answer this question type, let's learn a little more about it. This is actually the easiest question types to answer as you don't have to analyze any numbers. You just have to compare a map from the past with one from the present. These maps will be at the same location at the same time, meaning either the past, the present time, or a plan for a proposed development in the future. What you have to do is write about the changes you see between the maps. The steps for attempting this task is quite similar to that of what we learned in the previous lessons, and they are to analyze the question, identify the main features, write an introduction, write an overview, and write detailed paragraphs, which makes a total of 4 paragraphs. It's important to give yourselves at least 5 minutes to brainstorm and plan out your essay. Now that we have the planning out of the way, let's look on to our question for this lesson and begin writing. The map below shows university sports courts in 1990 and now. Summarize the information by selecting and reporting the main features and make comparisons where relevant. Let's start by brainstorming and analyzing. We can see that there are 2 time periods, 1990 and now. We can also see quite a few differences. For instance, the increased number in tennis courts from 2 to 4, which has taken over the car park area. The park has been replaced by a basketball court. The outdoor pool has become an indoor pool. A bigger changing room and a fitness center are in place of where the tennis courts used to be. Now for the similarities between the two. Only the cafe and the reception area remain unchanged. Right, now let's get on to writing our introduction. Remember, we have to paraphrase this. The maps below show university sports courts in 1990 and now. So we can say something like, the 2 maps presented describe the changes in the university sports court from 1990 to the present day. We've changed the following words to boost our score. Show equals presented plus describe, and now to present day. Now on to the overview paragraph. We just need to describe the general changes that have taken place. Don't worry about the details just yet. We'll cover that in the following paragraphs. Our overview paragraph could look something like this. From an overall perspective, the structure and layout have almost remained the same, with a few changes. These apparent alterations include additional courts for tennis and basketball, with a center for more varied activities that has been added. Right, so we've summarized this without giving too many details. Now, on to our detailed paragraphs. From our analysis, let's pick out 2 details that we will elaborate on in our detailed paragraphs. Main feature 1, the addition of courts in place of the park and parking lot, as well as the outdoor pool becoming an indoor pool. Main feature 2, a bigger space for the changing room and the addition of the fitness center in the same area. So for detailed paragraph 1, we'll write, the most notable change is the increase in the number of courts. In 1990, it can be seen that on the right side there were 2 tennis courts, but currently there are 4 tennis courts and a basketball court that have come in place of the car park and park. It can also be noticed that before there was an outdoor pool, but now it has been converted to an indoor pool. Just to give it some variation and add to our grammatical range and accuracy score, instead of saying replaced again, we have rephrased it to in place of. Great, we've completed 3/4 of our essay. Let's go on to write our final paragraph, which is detailed paragraph number 2. Looking at the second feature we picked out, which is a bigger space for the changing rooms and the addition of the fitness center in the same area. So let's write something like, another significant change that can be seen is that previously the changing room beneath the reception area and the pool has been extended and shifted slightly to the right so as to line up directly above the new, large fitness center where the tennis courts were earlier. The only structures that remained in the same place are the cafe and the reception. And done! Let's see what this looks like put together. Not bad. This answer is around 188 words, which is perfect because remember, the minimum word count is 150. And that's a wrap on Task 1 map questions. Looking forward to having you join for the next lesson where we'll run through how to answer process diagrams. See you then!